take a few minutes, talk to you guys about good shoes for training, specifically for parkour, but I mean they work for everything as well. So these are what I'm using at the moment. They're Asics Gel Light 3s. These are probably my favourite shoes that I've ever used so far. The sole is a bit thicker than I'm used to. I'm used to training with stuff that has thinner soles, but they're still really flexible, they're pretty light, they fit well, they're comfortable, they have really good grip. These are about 4 months old. I've been training on them a lot, and they're barely worn in, which I'm kind of amazed at. Yeah, they're getting a bit old now. Some parts of them are starting to wear out, but it's those gaps there where the shoe joins the sole. It's peeling away, but that's where all of my shoes wear out first. Ones I have as my spare shoes, which I use these as well. These are just Asics gels. Pretty similar to the Gel Light, but different material for the front and the toe. Grip's a bit different. It's not quite as good as the Gel Lights, but they're still pretty damn good. And they're comfy. And we're considerably cheaper than Gel Light 3s. Before that, using these, the Adidas Essential Star 2s. These were alright. They're pretty good. They're honestly really good shoes. They wore out a little bit too quickly for my liking, considering I paid $80 for them. The grip got worn out very quickly, and then not so much on this one, but on the other shoe, the toe completely just came apart. But again, these shoes were made for light running, minor exercise stuff. They weren't designed for the punishment that shoes get when they're doing parkour and free running. So they still stood up. They stood the test pretty well. They lasted me about 2 months. For some of you guys who might not have been doing parkour for as long to watch this, your shoes wear out a lot faster doing parkour and free running than they do in other sports. So yeah, for me, if a shoe lasts between 2 to 5 months, I usually think that's a pretty good shoe. If it wears out faster than that, then it's not worth my time. So things to steer clear from, purely for parkour and free running, these are good shoes, they're good runners, they're great for other sports and other activities, but specifically for what you want in a free running shoe or a parkour shoe, you don't want those. These are a couple of shoes to stay away from. Number one, do not buy Nike free runs. Don't get them for free running. The stuff that the sole is made out of just gets shredded. As soon as you start doing wall runs and a bit of sliding stuff, they just get destroyed. I have used them. They're a fairly expensive shoe, and I burnt through it. I burnt through a pair of them in less than a month. So I will not be buying free runs again, or if I do, I will not be using them for parkour. As I said, they're good runners. They're good for if you do track events, or if also works for streetwear, yeah, definitely get them, but don't buy them for parkour. They're not very good. If you guys if you're a beginner as well, things like Olos are really good. Yeah, Olos are probably the best beginner shoe I can think of. Like they're a fairly thick sole, so they make landings a bit lighter for you. They also have pretty decent grip. Yeah, when you start to move on to the more advanced stuff, doing bigger jumps with more sliding, more scuffing and things like that, probably go for something a bit more sturdy than an Olo. But for beginners, like, they're freaking awesome shoes. I've used a number of pairs of them. They were good. It's just for the sort of stuff I do. I do lots of wall runs, I do lots of arm jumps, lots of climbing stuff, so they get torn up pretty quick for me. But they're still good shoes, and I would 100% recommend them to someone who's starting out in parkour and isn't quite sure what type of shoe they want. 100% get some Olos. They're very good. But the ultimate shoe that you can never go past, if like they're cheap as hell. They stick to everything. They wear out really fast, but they're $20. Dunlop volleys. Get a pair. Get on the volleys. They're amazing. Yeah, they were some of the first shoes that I trained in, and whenever I need a new pair of shoes and I'm a bit tight for money that week, or I'll always go back and get a pair of volleys. Yeah, so I'm not going to talk about specific shoes anymore, but definitely going to give you some pointers for things to look for if you can't find shoes that I've suggested, or you just don't like the look of them and you want something that looks a bit different. Okay, here's what you want for the shoe. I'll use the Gel Light as an example because I think they're amazing. The sole of the shoe is one piece of rubber. Just one big piece of rubber. Try and stay away from those shoes that have got, like, I don't know, usually they'll be the sole itself will be white and it'll have little black bits of rubber stuck to it. Don't get those because those little parts peel off. They wear out a lot faster. Another thing you want to stay away from, if you look at the archway in there, there's nothing in there. It's just the rubber. It's just the rest of the shoe. A lot of runners have like hard plastic bits in the archway. Stay away from those, because if you accidentally land on your arches and you hit that, it hurts like hell. Also they get very slippery if there's even a little bit of moisture or water on the ground where you're training. That plastic stuff gets really slippery. It's a bit of a hazard. But yeah, these shoes have got a pretty thick heel. Generally, I'd say get something that doesn't have a really fat heel. So yeah, you don't want something with a really thick heel. These, I forgot about these a minute ago. These are Onitsuka Tigers. They're called Ultimate 81s. They're the ones you want. They have that circular grip. Yeah. They're the ones you want to get if you're getting Tigers. I forgot to talk about these before. These are freaking amazing. They're just expensive. So I get them when they're on sale, but they are really good shoes. Also a really good example, the the whole sole of the shoe is just one strip of rubber. The Tigers, one piece of rubber for the sole, really comfortable. Bit expensive, but they're definitely worth it. I'm just cheap, so I'll wait for them to be on sale. But that's kind of what I'm talking about. You don't really want a really thick heel. You want a thinner heel, thinner sole to your shoe. Or if you have if not thin sole, you just want a consistent. Hopefully, you can find one that doesn't have a shoe that doesn't have a massive heel. Because I find that shoes with bigger heels promote bad running technique, which can just give you knee and ankle problems later in life. So one piece of rubber for the entire sole. Preferably not huge, cushiony heels. You want to make sure it fits you well. I made an exception with these because they're quite good, but generally you don't want just plain straight up fabric around the front of the shoe because that'll get scuffed and torn up pretty quickly. I made an exception with these ones because I mainly use them when I go to a trampoline park and do a bit of free running with them as well, but usually it's more indoor stuff where they're not going to get scuffed as much. But yeah, and there's stuff around there where it has an extra layer protecting it. Or like this, where it's got that entire plastic guard coming up the whole way and protecting it. And even there you can see I've ripped it a little bit. That's just from wear and tear. Yeah, so try and experiment with your shoes, buy a pair, use them for a while, see how quick they wear out, see how comfortable they are, and I guess it's kind of just how you figure out what shoes work for you. It's just trial and error, but those are a few things to look for. Hopefully that was helpful. Just been up to Sydney and saw Wonder Woman with a friend of mine. Fuck, it was good. I'd almost lost faith in the DCU, but that was really bloody good. I really enjoyed that. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I'm not gonna talk about anything, so don't worry about spoilers or anything. But that was really good. Go see it. It's really windy. It's really cold. You know it's cold when I'm feeling it. But anyway, I'm going home and going straight to bed. Peace. Go skateboard in my hand, it was hard to do that. See you tomorrow.